Hello everyone, you have come to Tata Comic Preview channel. Let read together. Have fun. Fortunately, Lu Sheng and Dong Qingxue talked for a while, and soon it was his turn. Trouble going beyond Wu Sheng to do something for me. Lu Sheng said to Lin Zhengyue seriously, I'll be a little relieved if I leave this matter to you. Lin Zhengyue listened with a solemn expression, and hurriedly replied, Lord Lu, just give your orders. Lu Sheng raised his hand and stretched out a finger to randomly point on Lin Zhengyue's forehead. OM. Before Lin Zhengyue could react, she felt that there was something in her mind. Is a map. This is. Lin Zhengyue asked in doubt while horrified by Lu Sheng's methods. Lu Sheng said lightly, the distribution map of the blue star energy crystal. What? Lin Zhengyue's body vibrated, and a moving expression appeared on her face. Trouble surpassing Wu Sheng to run a few more times and help me collect as many energy crystals as possible. Don't worry, I won't let you run in vain, you can reserve the next part. Lu Sheng explained. At this level, the resources on Azure Star are not that important to Lu Sheng anymore. He will soon leave the blue star, rather than rotten these resources in his hands, it is better to take them out to benefit the entire planet. Lu Sheng even decided to take out the resource distribution map of the dense iron dense silver dense gold mine and hand it over to the Long Kingdom military department. Of course, before he left, he still had to harvest a batch of Ningjing, which he could use in the future. Don't dare to live up to Lord Lu's trust. Lin Zhengyue solemnly salutes Lu Sheng. He didn't know where the energy crystal origin distribution map given by Lu Sheng came from, maybe it was given by the guide. None of this matters. He only knew that Lu Xingning entrusted this matter to him, proving that he really regarded him as his own. Heart-like existence. Lin Zhengyue has lived for almost 200 years, and it is the first time that she feels joy and excitement because she is qualified to be someone's confidant and dogleg. Thinking about it carefully, even I feel incredible. Lin Zhengyue has a pure and honest character, and Lu Sheng is quite assured of him. The main reason is that I can't find a more suitable person to do this, and it's too troublesome to do it myself. After explaining the matter, Lu Sheng didn't talk too much, and kissed Dong Qingxue's cheek to let her deal with her parents. Then the figure fell into the sea and continued to dive deep. There is one thing to say, the deep sea of 20,000 meters is really a good place for retreat. Quiet, no one disturbs you, you can even hear the pulse of the planet. Lu Sheng dived all the way, until he reached the bottom, and then found a random place to sit cross-legged. Begin to examine the harvest of this battle. OM. Some kind of strange fluctuations rippled out of Lu Sheng's body. Lu Sheng's eyes brightened, and he realized that the final fusion of his spiritual power and his martial body was also completed by the stimulation of the sea pressure during the dive. Looking at himself, Lu Sheng found that after the perfect fusion of spiritual power, his flesh and bones were covered with a faint purple light. When the stellar vein diagram in the flesh and blood body lights up, this layer of purple light is also injected into it. With a hint of purple in the golden color, the force it pushes out is more than 3 times greater than before. When I advance to the 9th level, my whole person's strength should undergo a qualitative transformation. 8G9 is a huge leap. Lu Sheng's foundation before the 8th level is extremely strong. Once he is promoted to the 9th level, the strength that he can get will be 100 times or even 1,000 times that of others. The spiritual power and the martial body have been integrated, and the next step is to integrate your own martial arts will, and then create your own unique martial arts brand. There was only 1 foot left to reach the 9th level, and Lu Sheng couldn't wait. In his mind, the gray sundial covered with divine fire began to rotate slowly, and then merged into his physique. It is much simpler to integrate the martial arts will into the martial body than the spiritual power. Bai Yi started from the master realm, and the martial artist has already begun to try this step. All over the will, the fire of will has long exceeded the size of the roulette, and the will of Shichuan's martial arts has been integrated into Lu Sheng's flesh and bones. Lu Sheng can feel the sound of crazy skyrocketing. At this moment, his 3 items of energy and spirit have been completely melted into a furnace. It's like forging a sword. The scalding hot golden molten iron is ready, and the next step is to pour it into the mold. This mold is the brand of martial arts exclusively for Wang Lusheng. The finished swords forged are Lu Sheng's martial law. My Dharma. Lu Sheng's eyes were shining, like two golden fires burning in the depths of the dark and dull sea. Shirquan Dao should be the foundation, and the rest of the Dao should be supplemented. Boom and rumble. As Lu Sheng's thought arose, the boundless world of this sea city was immediately aroused. The entire deep sea trembled along with it, countless undercurrents emerged, and countless deep sea creatures swam around to avoid them. This drastic change penetrates the barrier of seawater plus all the way up. Soon to reach the sea. I saw a huge vortex covering a radius of hundreds of kilometers on the sea surface for no reason. This swimming vortex is so terrifying, as if too much Ninghai Sea has suddenly missed too many pieces, and countless seawater pours down. This majestic vision attracted the attention of Cumberland and others who were receiving the battlefield not far away. Cumberland and the others felt that the massive momentum that was being evoked between the heavens and the earth stopped one after another, and their expressions were alarmed. This is someone is breaking through the 9th level? Impossible. How can the 9th level of breakthrough power lead to such a large-scale trend? When I was promoted to Martial Saint, I only moved a guide within a range of hundreds of meters. What if it was that one? Everyone silently looked at the intensifying vision, and someone whispered, "I'll wait to finish the things that person explained." Many nodded. 2 soldiers and more than 9th level martial sages shot together, cleaning up the messy battlefield little by little. Boom. Just when Lu Xingyan arose, consciousness affected the power of heaven and earth, and Go Qin was about to show the brand of martial arts and the outline of the law. The momentum of heaven and earth that was inspired by the underworld suddenly collapsed plus spread out all at once. What's the situation? Lu Sheng had a surprised look on his face. How could it fail? Try again. He sketched the outline of the huge sun-violent law in his mind again, and the hundreds of kilometers of sea area was once again attracted. But it didn't take long plus this trend collapsed again and spread out. Repeatedly, Lu Sheng tried 4 or 5 times before and after. It fails every time. Every time it starts and ends. It was as if he had just finished writing, and before he even finished drawing a circle on the paper underneath cracked. The end of the pen collapsed and the ink overflowed. Why? Why not? Lu Sheng frowned. My brand of martial arts, the law of martial arts, Zhongquan is based on the will of martial arts. The will of Shichuan's martial arts can be formed, why can't the Dharma be formed? Which part is the problem? Lu Sheng sat on the deep seabed, thinking constantly. This process lasted 6 days. Underscore at the 3rd level of emptiness, his active thinking is hundreds of times that of ordinary people. He kept sorting out what he had learned. Peeling the silk and pulling the cocoon, tracing back to the source. Lu Sheng made another attempt at the sunrise of the first day. The 20,000-meter sea abyss stirred up, and the appearance of the super vortex of hundreds of kilometers was smoother than ever before. The outline of the circle keeps appearing, very stable and very smooth, but at the moment when the end and the end are about to be connected, the circle is about to be completely formed. Crash again. All in vain. I understand. Lu Sheng's expression was quite calm, and he didn't seem to be surprised by this result. The number of martial arts contained in my Shirquan martial arts is getting stronger and stronger. The original structure is no longer available. It was close to the limit. After the will of martial arts was transformed into the law, this limit was really broken. Not even a circle can be closed. It was as if the plates Lu Sheng had originally set were for apples, and the apples were stacked so high that they could barely hold them. Now, if the apple is replaced by a watermelon, the original plate will naturally not fit. And watermelons are far heavier than apples. The same material, even if the plate also becomes too large, the plate itself will be crushed and crushed. Shirquan martial arts is the plate plus the rest of the martial arts contained in the Shirquan martial arts are fruits. If Lu Sheng wants to be promoted to the 9th level with Shirquan martial Dao, he must conceive a stronger and more favored structure to carry these Taos that will soon be transformed to the 9th level. But Lu Sheng had no clue about this. In the final analysis, my foundation is too shallow, my accumulation is not enough, and my ambition is too wide. An unprecedented Tao, how could it be so simple and created by me? Not to mention the Shirquan martial arts, the 3 basic methods that Lu Sheng has learned now plus the scholar-level martial arts. Which one is not something that others have gradually implemented and perfected? God knows how many difficulties and setbacks have been experienced in the process, how many somersaults have been cut, how many pits have been stepped on, and how many walls have been hit. Lu Sheng was silent. For a while, there was a deep sense of fascination. He came along with the 3-level scholar-level method as the foundation, many scholars level plus 8th level, and 9th level scholar-level Taoism as a supplement, which can be regarded as smooth sailing. Now he finally began to try to truly walk out of his own way. And it is an unparalleled idea that surpasses the scholar level. The sword refers to the 2nd-level scholar, and the 3rd-level scholar. Even higher. He suddenly found out. This step plus is so difficult. What do I do? All Lu Sheng thought about was his own dream space. He closed his eyes and silently entered the dream space. The familiar base number 1359 is at the very edge of the center of Wang's base. One more step forward, out of the safe zone. Lu Sheng took this step.